I was visiting Dublin, Ireland for the first time on St. Patrick's Day. I was super excited to spend a whole week there and soak up the atmosphere and Irish culture. St. Patrick's Day has a great vibe, and the singing and dancing in the streets outside the pubs especially was infectious and wonderful. St. Patrick's Day 2009 was set to be one of the best days of my life. Until that evening. I was travelling with a friend of mine. We were both 26, and we'd been used to men coming on to us in bars and clubs back in Michigan where we live. We couldn't get into some of the busier pubs in the busier areas of Dublin, so with a bit of walking we finally landed at a small pub down a side street. It was still busy, but we managed to get a table. We saw this group of guys from across the room looking at us, and we heard comments about our obvious Americanism. This was the only negativity we'd experienced on this day, so we just dropped it and proceeded to try and enjoy our night. One of the guys didn't stop staring at us. An hour had passed. His friends had all left and he was by himself drinking a beer and just continuing to stare across the room at us. I'll never forget his eyes and this almost animal look in them. As dramatic as that sound, it's what happened. We left at the side door, back into the side alley. It was around 10, we'd had our fill of beer and we were going to call it a night, when we heard footsteps behind us, feet splashing in the puddles. We continued for about 5 minutes and we didn't turn around. I think we were just trying to ignore it. But eventually the pace started to pick up. So I turned. It was the man from the pub calling, "Hey ladies, why the rush?" And then he started to sprint. I screamed. My heart was pounding, tears were running down my face. There didn't seem to be anybody around the next street for some crazy reason, so all we could do was run helplessly. We eventually got back to our hotel and into one of the more populated areas, and he disappeared. I love Ireland, don't get me wrong, but that was just a crazy experience. Especially on a day that was supposed to be as fun and celebratory as St. Patrick's Day.